Okay, what's up guys, and welcome to the 34th video in this Java programming series and the second part of the inheritance explanation. So at the very end of that last video, we set the name of our FOH employee and our BOH employee because they were inheriting from that employee class. So remember, in our employee class, we also had the field SSN, so the social security number, so we can also set that. So we can say FOH employee dot set SSN now, and we can put in some number here. So we can do the same thing for BOH employee and do set SSN, all this junk. So that's the awesome thing about inheritance. So this makes it so I don't have to go up, and so in every BOH employee class, I don't have to set these fields here. I don't have to say, okay, so a BOH employee has private string name and private int SSN. Then I also have to go into my FOH employee and I have to say, okay, an FOH employee has a private string name and a private int SSN. With the since they both inherit from the employee class, I just have to write this once, and this makes the code way more manageable. Because say I want to change, some values within the employee class in both my BOH and FOH employee, I just have to change one thing, and that's in the employee class. So hopefully that's making some sense here. I'm going to create a few more classes, so we're going to go a little bit further down in this tree. So now we're going to create some cooks and we're going to create some dishwashers. So let's make a new class here. I'm going to say new class, name cook. And so let's say our cook has some methods here. It's going to be like cook food, system.out.println, cooking some food. And be sure, and this is going to extend the FOH employee class. So if we extend from the FOH employee class, this is going to go up, and we're going to say, okay, so we have FOH employee, then the FOH employee class extends the employee class. So this cook class contains all of the code that we created in both the employee class, the BOH employee, because the cook is back of the house. So as the employee behavior, the BOH employee behavior, and also this cook behavior that we're also going to implement right here. So say to kind of demonstrate this, let's say we want to go back in here. I'm just going to comment this stuff out. And we're going to create a new cook. And we're going to say cook, Mike equals new cook. So with this cook, we can do Mike.setName. His name is Mike. We can do Mike.setSSN, put this number in here, and awesome. So that cook class is inheriting from the FOH class, which is inheriting from the employee class, and so we can use all the behavior in the employee class as well, which is awesome. So I can do the same thing. I'm just going to do this one more time. You guys are probably thinking this is a little bit repetitive, but just to kind of branch off one from the front of house side, we're going to create a busser here. So our busser is going to extend, so it's going to be extends the front of house employee, and our busser is going to have a method called public void wash table. We're going to have system.out.println washing the table. So same deal, we can go back into main. I can create a new busser now, and I can say this busser is going to be some busser. It's going to be the name we're going to give it. Say new busser, some busser dot name equals Sandra, and you can say some busser dot set social security number is like all this junk. And also I want to just show one more thing. Remember in our FOH employee class we had this interact with guests method. Now within our busser we can also call that method on our busser. So we can say some busser dot interact with guests. And that's also valid because the busser inherits from both of those classes there. So yeah, that's really the basics of inheritance. One other cool thing is, let's say you you have FOH employee and you have busser here. Let's say you want to a busser interacts with guests in a specific way that you want to define. You can still go into this busser class and you can say public. You can say public void interact with guests. So you can redefine this method within the busser class if you want it to have a different kind of behavior than the FOH employee that it inherits from. So you can say system.out.println busser interacting with guests. So in this FOH employee, just to make this clear, I'm going to say FOH employee interacting with guests. So now if we go back into this main method, I can say SomeBusser.interacts with guests. You're going to see it calls this message here. After you make sure there is not a bracket chilling within your name, and you do set name instead of trying to access a private property. And awesome. Okay, so now you're seeing a busser interacting with guests because we redefined that interact with guests method in our busser method. But remember, let's create one last class. We're going to create one last class to complete this explanation. And I promise this is going to be the last one we're going to create. So I'm going to say new class. We're going to create the server class. Server is going to have a method, public void, serve some food, system.out.println, serving some food. So now back in our main.java file, we can create a new server. So server some server equals new server. You can set this server's name just for kicks. Some server dot name dot set name Derek. And awesome. We don't need to set the social security number because that's just unnecessary for explaining this. So now if I call some server dot interact with guests, you're going to see something different here. So you're going to see, it's first going to say, I am getting a lot of errors in this video here. Server, some server dot set name Derek. Oh, duh. Well, guys, why didn't you tell me? Why didn't you tell me that I forgot to extend the server class? This is totally your fault. Totally not my fault. Be sure to extend the FOH employee class because it's not even contained in that inheritance now, so obviously it's not going to be able to access the name or the SSN properties, or fields as you call them in Java. So now go back to the main file. This all works. We're going to run this. You're going to say it says busser interacting with guests, and then in our server, because we never implemented a new interact with guests method, it's going to go up to the class that it inherited from, so the FOH employee class in this case, and it's going to use that method and print out the FOH employee interacting with guests instead. So I know that was a mouthful, guys. Hopefully you guys have a basic understanding of inheritance. The more you use it and the more you see it, the better you guys will understand it. So don't worry too much if it's just it's kind of a fuzzy understanding right now. That'll clear up as you kind of get more experience with programming. So that's it for this video. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.